Hey, good morning, Inspired Tribe. How's it going? It's John Nolan here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Never mind me, I'm just making some coffee here. And wanted to talk a little bit about something that's very important. Something that when people realize it, it creates so much positive change in their lives. It's not even, it's one of the biggest shifts people can make. And once people understand that, everything begins to change in their lives. Let us know where you're tuning in from in the live chat. And we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free. Inspired Tribe. I like these coffee chats here in the mornings. I like coffee. So, what does the world run on? Let's make it. Let's peel the onion. The world runs on programs. Everything in this world is turned into a program, and so that's when we're little, right? When we come into this world, it begins right then and there. Programs are instilled into us. Habits, belief systems, thoughts, all of it. Boom, it's coming in right in the beginning. And of course, through the formative years, through the first 7-8 years, what we're being programmed with later on runs our lives for the most part. Let me see where you're tuning in from. Good morning, everyone. I'll check that all later. For the most part, our lives never fundamentally, and this sounds crazy, but we never fundamentally change after that age. We add to that, but fundamentally we can only change when we become aware of the programs and consciously change them. So I keep bringing up these examples always. Is when people want to create change in their lives, usually the first stage is euphoria. You feel like you want to go to the gym and you have this, conviction you're going to do this, and you sign up and you go there for a week or so. And after a week, the euphoria starts dying down and you start feeling like, I don't want to go, and you skip a day and you skip another day, and then, I'll start Monday again. What happens there is why we're in the situation that we're in right now. Literally, what happens, and this is so crazy because it's not something that happens in the world. It's not someone else that made that decision for you. It's your body, your biochemistry it's used to producing chemicals and hormones and make you feel a certain way because you've been doing the same things for such a long time. You haven't been doing gym for but a week, but all the rest, the non-exercise and maybe the non-healthy lifestyle, you've been doing this maybe for years and decades. So your body is trained to produce certain chemicals and hormones at specific times during your day. And this happens over and over and over again until you make a decision that you're going to change that. And that change can only happen over time with discipline, willpower, and with new thoughts and new habits. So that's why changes only begin to kick in and form new habits after 3 months at a minimum. 90 days is the minimum where you need to show up for yourself until you retrain your body chemistry. And this is so highly important because people are struggling with the big changes that are happening in the world right now, because these big changes are requiring each and every one of us to change. Not just in a reactionary way, but actually, what is it that we really want? Do we really want to stay in an abusive dependency, codependency, in a relationship that where we are completely at the mercy of a psychopathic group that wants to control every aspect of our lives? Is that really what we crave? And yet, it's so hard for many to give up the comforts that come with it. Go and shop at the big box stores, and it's always going to be there. Food's always going to be on a shelf. System will always provide. The truth is that that's very unlikely to be the case. I think for those who want to remain free, they're going to have to go into personal responsibility and self-reliance fully. But that's a hard change to make unless you realize that there's a program inside of you that's been running you. And that the discomfort is your biochemistry saying, no, we want what we always had, because we know that's the devil we know. And I'm telling you, if you can show up for yourself, if you can create changes and new rituals and new habits over the course of, let's say, 90 days, at least 90 days, you will change your life. You will change your all circumstances. You will bring completely different people, places, relationships, circumstances into your existence. As a matter of fact, you will not recognize yourself, but even more so, other people won't recognize you anymore. And that can and will happen if you support your new habits and rituals with meditation every day. And this is the key, because you bring yourself into a different state when you meditate. You are in a different state where changes are easier being implemented because there's no resistance in that state. So now when you come out of this meditation and you have primed your body for wonderful positive change, you have opened yourself up, you are fully receptive and ready to go, the changes that you then create will literally have a much deeper impact on you and your whole system. And so after 90 days, boy, a transformation will have happened. After 6 months, after 9, 12 months, it will be much, much bigger, of course. But the reason why change is hard is not circumstances, it's not other people, it's literally our limiting old programs that are running our bodies, and we need to get in charge of that. We need to show up with discipline and willpower and strength and resolution and conviction. I mean, what would be more important than that? So I love reading y'all's comments. We love reading y'all's comments, and a lot of them are beautiful and positive, but a growing number is also very limiting. And I wonder, do you realize when you comment this, you have just put yourself in a smaller box? I can't do this because my circumstances don't allow it. Yes, you can talk about, having your own garden growing or your own food and being independent on your channel. But I'm speaking from the perspective of a commenter, I can't do that because I don't have the resources, because I don't. Well, what are you cementing? What are you in that situation absolutely setting in stone is that that's never going to change? But what I'm telling you, it's only you. You need to change. You need to change and your circumstances will change. It's never the other way around. People never get happy because their circumstances change. I've seen it so often where circumstances actually, for some reason do change, but people don't change because they're still used to their old body chemistry. It's a program. And the ones who are wanting to run this whole show, they know that. They've studied us for a very long time. That's why they put the chemicals in the foods and the water in the sky. That's why they put the bullshit in the TV and the music videos and the movies and the news shows. That's why they do it the way they do it, because they know exactly what buttons to push and know exactly how to trigger your hormones, know exactly how to trigger your fear hormones. They know how to keep you in the program. But when you realize how the program works, you can step out of it and you can change it. But only you can do that. No one else can do this for you. Drugs can't do it. Therapists can't change you. Coaches, they can help you, they can show you, they can open up a path for you that you haven't seen before, but you have to walk it and you have to do it and you have to show up for yourself. And if that's something you don't want to do, well then life's going to be what it's going to be, and it's going to turn out exactly the way it has been. But if you do want to do that, there is no telling on how good it can get. There's absolutely no telling. My question every morning actually, is how good can this day get? And I give thanks for that. But I had programs that weren't serving me, and I still find myself creating sometimes habits and rituals that don't serve me, and guess what I do? I change them. And I really show up for myself when that happens. And that is a continual journey. That's not a journey that stops. It's not something that, I've changed, so now this is how it's going to be forever. We are progressing. We're truly now having this evolutionary process as we're rediscovering who we are. And so this is such an important thing. These bodies are powerful computers. And unless you change the program and continue to adjusting the software, it's not going to work out well. And so discipline, willpower, and showing up for yourself are highly, highly important. But just imagine this. If we do this collectively and show up for ourselves for the next 12 months, Just imagine if a critical mass, a few million people on Earth, would really begin showing up every day for 12 months, what we could do. I believe we're in the beginning stages of this revolution. But look at your own life. Look at what the positive things you could do in your own life, the positive changes you could make. Commit and then see them through. See them through. All right, tribe, that was a little bit of coffee and truth in the morning. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you, and I can't wait to go through the comments now. Love you all.